everyone. How are you? Let's see. Can you all hear me? Is everything working okay? I am just making sure that I have everything set up fine before we get started. Great, I'm so happy. Okay, I just need to say that the beginning to this stream shows just how exciting and fun I think it's going to be. Oh, awesome, Bad Dad. I'm glad it sounds good. Where this chat has been awesome. We had a raid from Bad Dad on our starting soon screen. We got it. And you all can see me, right? You can see me okay? And yes, Lettuce is a mod, so he can do all the things. I also modded Insane Cerebello today. And yeah, I'm just so excited for this. We are going to have the most amazing chat. You all have been so wonderful. Yes, Saki, even on the starting soon scream. I mean, now I feel like I should maybe try to get like a scream sound for when I go from the starting soon screen to like my actual chat. But that's besides the point. Basically, I am so excited for today's episode. This is episode 3 featuring the one and only WorkedLettuce3. So today's creator chat will focus on building your community. And we're just going to talk about that because we know that Lettuce is amazing at it. And I always like to say, oh, they need no introduction. And it gets really annoying, but honestly, we all know Lettuce. And for those of you who don't know Lettuce, I'll let him introduce himself too. But he is an amazing woodworker who is an even more amazing chatter. So let's get Lettuce on the screen. Hi, Lettuce there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, can everybody hear both of us?
Oh, man.
It's here. Okay, let me quickly say hi to some people in chat. Let's see who we got here. We got Tink. We got Insane. Bad Dad, 29. Jack Jan. E-Gem. I don't know who I've already said because I'm just like living in the moment.
Saki 20. Blapple, DJ.
Blapple!
This is a party. This is officially a party.
Oh my god. Lettuce, how are you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing, Sam?
I am doing great.
AKA Momo, AKA Creative Ventures.
AKA Sus, as Saki would call me.
Sus, Saki.
Okay.
My boys are in the chat. Germs Learn, Ron Deasy,
Oh!
Stray Robotics.
Germs
It's a party
Learn.
up in here.
Hello.
For sure it is.
Oh,
Thank
Ron
you guys so much
Deasy.
for being here for this.
Rondeezy, Egem, Lucifleur, thank you for the follows.
Perfect.
Yes. The humans are up in the chat. Our peeps are up in the chat. Okay, so Lettuce, for those in the chat who may not know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Rod, as many of you people might know, or as I told Calamity and Sasaki and crew, Rodrigo. But everyone calls me Lettuce. WorkedLettuce3 is my Twitch channel, and I like to call it a little bit of woodworking and a lot of bit of chatting. So it's a good time over there. I know you guys all know, if you're in here and you came in on a Bad Dad raid, part of the community, know me, know Sam, know everybody. So thank you guys so much for showing up, and it really is an honor to be here, especially following the guests that I've had to follow up. So.
No, this is going to be an amazing episode. I think, well, I can only speak for myself. I'm very excited because this is a chat where you're allowed to chat. There is no focus redeem. This is it. This is all chatting.
Right. No, I'm super excited about this, and yeah, it is. It's truly an honor to try to follow up Calamity and Laser's footsteps. Man, to be the third guest for WorkedLettuce3 is a tremendous honor, and I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, we made it happen. And I wanted to ask, what made you decide you wanted to talk about building your streaming community?
Well, basically, because you guys know, episode 1, featuring Calamity Cat, marketing and branding, right? She is a super expert in that field, right? And then, episode 2, Laser Geek Creations, networking, right? You guys know laser is everywhere in this community. Everyone knows laser. Everyone loves laser. Laser loves everybody, right? So when I was approached to be on here, right, I was like, what can I even talk about, right? I haven't been in the Twitch community for a very very long time. I have no things from my own life that would translate very very well over here. But I guess the one thing through this whole streaming thing that has been accomplished in my channel, if nothing else, was the creation and progenation of the lettuce patch. And I couldn't be happier to be in the position I'm in and with all these amazing people around me all the time when I'm live. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like with streaming and maybe your pre-Twitch life just a little, what brought you over to Twitch, things like that?
Oh, for sure. So essentially, right, I'm one of those streamers that came over to Twitch when the whole pandemic, right? People were asked to stay at home. I have a lot of hobbies, right? My friends in real life, they love to call me a professional hobbyist. So I don't know. I was into basketball, tennis, mountain biking, rock climbing, all these things, right? And when they asked everyone to stay home, the only hobby that I had available to me was gaming, right? And even before the pandemic started, I was working from home, right? This setup right here is where I do quote unquote real work from. So without the green lights, though, definitely without the green lights. So yeah, I just figured if I was going to sit here and work all day, and then my only hobby after getting off work is sitting at the same desk and just gaming for hours, right? I was gonna go absolutely insane. Like, not gonna lie. So I was like, I really need to find an at-home activity that I can do to pass the time, right? And so for a long time, one of the like subjects that I've been really interested in is woodworking, right? So I've watched a lot of woodworking videos on YouTube, and I just kind of thought it was always going to be one of those things. It was just going to be one of those things that I would enjoy watching, but I would never do it. Right? You see people on YouTube with $100,000 workshops with $100,000 worth of tools in them, and yeah, that was never going to be me. But I just figured I came across this one channel, and I feel like everyone in chat is going to make fun of me because that is what they do whenever I bring up his name. But I came across this channel called Woodworking for Mere Mortals, operated by my current hero, Steve Ramsey, and yeah, he's just like, you don't need all that to get started in woodworking. Just get a couple tools and get in the garage and figure stuff out and have a good time. So I was like, you know what? I will try it. I will try it. And as soon as I did my first project, I was hooked, right? And then I was like, you know what? If we're gonna be in the garage doing this thing, I might as well just stream, just because it's always sounded like such a fun thing for me. And yeah, I did one woodworking project, and then the very next thing I did was turn on my stream. Not Gordon's brother. Not Gordon's brother.
No, that's amazing. And how did you decide what kind of project you wanted to start with?
Well, basically I kind of, as you do, you start like doing stuff around the house when you're stuck at the house, right?
Yeah.
So we started off by, cleaning things, and then, I don't know, looking at stuff around your house, like, can I improve this in any way? Can I do things like that? But I basically just went in the garage, right? And I was like, this is not fit for any sort of woodworking. At the very least, I'm gonna need like some sawhorses or something. So yeah, the first project I ever built was sawhorses, and yeah, just everything after that has just been building and building up on that, and I love where we're at today. I feel like, I mean, I'm not the best woodworker. You guys know that. My stream is very more about sitting down, hanging out with a community of people than, very intricate, accurate, precise, perfect woodworking. But we're getting along. You know what I mean? It's coming along. We're getting there.
It's fine. This is fine.
Everything's
Everything's fine.
fine.
No, that's awesome. And I think I don't know if I want to say that the unique thing about you is all the chatting in your stream, but I think it's not the fact that you chat, but how welcome you make everyone feel. And I think no, I'm serious, and I think that's a part of your personality that really shines through. And it really speaks to how a lot of people, they say if you want a successful channel, you have to be the really interesting person, or like the person people want to come back and keep talking to and seeing. And I'm going to compliment you and say I think you have that, with all my expertise and all that. But people
I
really
really,
love
really
that.
appreciate that.
Yeah. No, people love being in your chat. You're in Makers and Crafting for woodworking, sometimes up times over an hour before you get the first cut done.
Yeah,
Table saw
I
one,
just
two,
feel like
three.
it's a thing now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it didn't start out like that. Obviously, I started exactly where everyone started. In fact, um, if you come up in the makers and crafters community now, I feel like you just do a couple networking things, you hang out in a couple people's chat, and the first time you turn your stream on ever, right? You hit 50 followers, you hit affiliate in a week. Like, I streamed my woodworking in just chatting to absolutely no one for like 3 months before anyone ever found me. Um, Essentially, the only thing I knew about Twitch before I started streaming was I watched Ninja play Fortnite with Drake, right?
Amazing.
Like those super big like streamers, and then I play some Fortnite every once in a while, so sometimes I would watch like their streams, and some of the people that come in there can be, let's say hit or miss, right? Um, so I didn't know what to expect when I first turned my stream on. I knew about the making and crafting community, right? Like when you stream, you can kind of look through the different tags and the different categories, and I was like, oh, makers and crafting. But being a complete newbie to Twitch, being a complete newbie streamer, I was afraid to stream in making and crafting. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Obviously I was very new to woodworking. I wasn't confident in my skills. I didn't want to be doing a project, right? And then like a super hardcore woodworker that's been woodworking for a long time to just accidentally stumble across my channel and be like, listen, like you're not doing anything right. You shouldn't be showing people this. Maybe you should just take up another hobby. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go through all that, right? So I avoided making and crafting for a long time. I streamed in just chatting, just because I just feel like the odds would have been in my favor, right? Like I've watched like enough YouTube videos to kind of know some things about woodworking, but I just felt like, if some random gamer kid stopped by and, actually wanted to learn about woodworking, like there would be some knowledge that I could try to impart onto them, not like someone talking down to me. And yeah, I mean, I didn't mind, right? It was just like it's just a hobby. I'm just in my garage having fun, and it was mostly for some of my friends who like I game with, or my friends that we couldn't see each other anymore. It was nice for them to be able to come check up on me, see what I'm working on and stuff like that. I never expected anyone to be there, right? And then yeah, one day I basically just said, screw it, I'm gonna stream in makers and crafting. I have 2.5 projects under my belt now. I'm a total pro. And yeah, I think literally the first or second making and crafting stream I ever did, I was rated by Laser Geek Creations, and he literally put me on the map. So I feel like I'm so indebted to Laser and all of the makers and crafters here on Twitch. The community is amazing, and I regret it. I regret all those months that I spent without you guys.
I understand completely. I feel like my approach to making and crafting is a lot different, where I go into thinking like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing, but let's get on this journey together. But
Right.
regardless, the community, the makers and crafting community is, I found it to be so warm, so welcoming. Everyone's really supportive. And I'm talking about everyone in the chat. I couldn't even go
Right.
like through names because legitimately everyone has been kind and given some advice if they thought there was a way I could do something more like better, more efficiently, but not in a way where it's someone telling me you're doing it wrong, this is how to do it. Have you had the same type of
But
experience? Because woodworking's a lot different from the jewelry and such that I do.
well, you know, I didn't know what to expect, right? I just thought Twitch was a bunch of like toxic gamers, right? So the equivalent to that in my mind would be like this toxic woodworker, because it's not like
Yeah.
uncommon to be in a gaming stream, right? And someone to come into your chat and just be like, "Yo, you're horrible at this game. Just turn it off. Like, fold it up, bro. You're done." So yeah, I just had no idea, right? I didn't know what lull meant. I didn't know what PogChamp meant. I didn't know what Resident Sleeper meant. I didn't know what any of these things were. Kappa, right? I didn't know what to expect, and that that raid from Laser Geek, right? I just feel like so many people that I still talk to this day on Twitch were in there, right? Laser, Super Cow Poop Man, Make Mistakes, Stray Robotics, Seskimo, Love Cat, like just the people that were in there, even though I was literally nobody, right? Laser scrolled all the way down. I was definitely a zero viewer streamer when he raided. Like my one friend that was my moderator probably wasn't there that day, and yeah, like some people wouldn't think like a 17-person raid is amazing, right? But when you stream to one person or zero people for 3 months, like that 17 people might as well have been like a raid from Ninja to me. That 17 people might as well have been everyone on the Twitch platform to me, right? They come in, I turn bright red. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm doing like the silliest project you could ever think of, just making a little bit of like a clamp holder for my wall or something like that, and they were just so nice. They were asking me what I was doing, giving me advice on streaming stuff, right? Diorama Llama was in there, and he was teaching me about Streamlabs and all this kind of stuff that I had no idea. And you know, those were the first people on Twitch that I ever checked out their channel, right? Um, like I went into Stray's channel for the first time, and I just stayed, right? Um, Basically, Laser Geek streamed at a very early time for me. Diorama Llama streams at an extremely early time for me. Seskimo streams at an early time for me. But do you know whose stream time is perfect for Lettuce to watch them? Stray Robotics, right?
Yes.
And he's the first person on Twitch that I ever subscribed to not using Prime. And yeah, I just never left. I fell in love with that community. I fell in love with a lot of your guys' communities, and I know I should probably stream and just chatting, but you can't get rid of me.
I want to make a joke about like lettuce and planting your roots, but I don't know if it works that way, so let's pretend it does. But I wanted to point out in chat that Jagged Jen said that lettuce has made me want to try woodworking projects.
Yeah, Jagged Jen was like one of those first people to come into the chat, right? And I'm one of those people that's very, very open to constructive criticism, right? If you are a woodworker and you believe that I'm doing something wrong, like I would love your opinion. I'd love to chat about it. I'd love to, if possible, try both ways on stream, see which one works, and learn and grow from it, right? But Jagged Jan was one of those people, right? She came into the chat and she had a genuine interest in woodworking, right? And I had like 3 or 4 projects under my belt, and I don't think she's ever tried anything like that. So I just feel like that, if I had a quote unquote target audience, right, it would be the people that don't know anything about woodworking. It would be the people that have never cut a board in half before, and maybe I was in their shoes 3 months ago, right? I know the hurdles and what it takes to get the activation energy out of the way and just try something and start it. So ever since then, right, Jan has been an enormous part of the woodworking community, right? I see Jan in almost every woodworking stream out there, right? She's in Obsessed Pirates chat. She's in Bama Roosters chat. And one time, me and Pirate and Bama were hanging out in Pirate Stream, and Jan had left to go run an errand or something like that. And I was like, you know what? Low key, Jan watches so many Twitch woodworking channels that I feel like if she just ever tried it, right, she'd be a better woodworker than the 3 of us combined.
Just great right off the bat.
Right. Like, she just has so much knowledge from watching so many people do so many different things that, could all come together in a beautiful project. I think it might be a real thing. So we're waiting for it, Jan, if you ever do pick up the mantle of woodworking.
Yes, let us know if you do that. And this whole conversation made me realize, I think what I know I like about you and your streams, and I think what a lot of people like, is you make everything so approachable. You make woodworking approachable. You're a fun person to talk to. And I think that's an amazing combination that people really like.
Right. I do try to get across the fact that, I'm not the handiest person in the world, right? Before the first time I ever turned my table saw on, I was terrified. Before the first time I ever turned my router on, I was terrified. Before the first time I ever turned my circular saw on, and when I didn't know what I was doing, when I was on a sketchy sawhorse that I made, I had no idea what I was doing, right? I just wanted to come across very much so that if I can do it, you can do it, right? If I can woodwork, you can woodwork. If I can stream, you can stream, right? And, the highest compliment you could ever hear is, like, Lettuce, I tried something in my garage this past weekend. Or, Lettuce, you know what? I'm seeing what you're doing on your stream, and, it gave me the confidence to try and stream, try to become a part of the makers and crafters community, just try it. You know what I mean? And I think it's amazing what is happening over here. Truly, not in my stream, just in the makers and crafting community as a whole.
Yeah. I think we got you on that one, and I agree completely. Just the same thing I said before is, it's such a welcoming and supportive community, and I think if people have goals that they're trying to reach with their streaming, with their craft, with their business, if you share them, you're going to have a lot of people wanting to back you up and support you and make those things happen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And, I just want to say that if I have a little bit of a different approach or opinion on things regarding stream stuff, right? I am very much coming from, this isn't like a business play for me. This isn't any of that. So from the previous chats or any of the future chats or anything you know about streaming or anything like that, like if I'm disagreeing with them in any way, I'm not trying to, I'm not talking crap about anyone. There's just many different ways to to get to where you're trying to go eventually. Like, I learned so much from watching that first creator chat with you and Calamity, right?
That's great.
There's levels to this stuff, and yeah, I don't think I'm there. Is what I'm trying to say.
Now, what I think it is that for you, and please correct me if I'm wrong, it's about having fun, doing something you enjoy and having fun and sharing it with others. And
very much so, very much so.
Yeah, and for some other people, there's that added level of how can I make this a career, a business, a job, make a little money from it, and there might be other things to focus on for that. But from what I'm getting is that's off to the side if even a consideration at all for you.
Well, when you start streaming, right? I might go on a little bit of a tangent here.
That's what this is for. That's what we're here for with the WorkedLettuce3 episode.
Essentially, right? I feel like a lot of people have heard this story, especially some of the first people that were ever in my channel. Make Mistakes in particular, I think, would remember this story very well. But when I was streaming in Just Chatting, doing woodworking, I had one viewer. But he was like the most loyal, awesome, like just a kid, like a gamer kid that used to come into my chat all the time and hang out with me. His name was the Woolly Soul, you know what I mean? He was just like a teenage kid, also had to be inside because of pandemic stuff, so was spending a lot more time on Twitch. And, he watched some really big streamers, right? Like he was watching like Tim the Tatman and Dr. Lupo and Los Polos TV. But for some reason, he scrolled all the way to the bottom of Just Chatting and hung out with me almost every day, right? I didn't have a stream schedule back then. I turned my stream on whenever I wanted to, and back then I was just streaming from my cell phone, and I was streaming in a very hot Las Vegas garage, right? And excuse me, my stream would start whenever I wanted it to, and then my stream would end when it overheated and my stream just crashed, because I was on a really old phone back then in like 105, 110 degree garage, and that's what mobile phones that try to stream do. And yeah, basically what made me kind of take it a little more serious, or I don't know, just try to start building a community, was I knew that kid as much as like we were friends and we hung out, right? I knew that he wasn't going to stick around forever, right? Just to hang out with me. So my only goal for building a community in the beginning was to get that one kid that hung out with me all the time, someone else to talk to. And, that's when I turned to YouTube. That's when I turned to hit affiliate fast and get your average viewers up to 3 viewers channels, and start making money on Twitch, YouTube channels, and stuff like that. And I have a strange opinion about channels like that, but there are things that you can learn from those videos for sure.
I like those videos a lot too. I've been watching them. I take notes on the ones I watch, and I'll share them in my Discord, for anyone who's interested in knowing which videos I thought were pretty valuable. But I think that's so kind that you just wanted another person for that viewer to chat with, and I feel like they could have a lot of friends now.
Oh yeah.
If they pop into your stream.
Comes by, basically he would come by and he'd be like, "Dude, what is happening? You have 6 viewers." And then like a couple weeks later he's like, "Dude, what is happening? You have 12 viewers." And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I don't know." Because he knows, like, I was just doing the same exact thing that I was doing.
What happened?
For months, but there was just more people there.
Well, that's awesome. And I think anyone who goes into your channel, into your stream, knowing not to say numbers while you're live, but you have some pretty good viewership. which is amazing.
I'm definitely one of those people that streams with their viewers off, right? It's not something that I can look at. Obviously, when I was a zero viewer streamer, I had my viewers turned on. Just in case someone accidentally hopped in there, I could try to just say what's up to them and explain what I was doing, right? And even back then, even when I had no one, right, I was still trying to explain every single thing that I did, right? I was being like, okay, I'm going to cut this board down to 26 and a half inches. I'm going to take it over to the circular saw. I'm going to put my saw guide on it, and I'm going to cut it, right? And a couple of my gaming buddies, they came into my stream one time, and they were like, after I got off stream, I went to go play video games with them, and they were like, so Rod, was anyone in there when we came in there? And I was like, nah, man. And they were like, so you were just talking to no one? And I was like, yeah, but if someone came in there and they were unsure if they wanted to chat, or I was even saving my VODs back then, in case they wanted to watch the VOD and follow along or stuff like that. I just wanted there to be like, some sort of content, not just pure silence. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. So you're not crazy, right? Maybe I'm a little crazy.
Just not in that way.
Right. But, those 3 months actually of streaming to no one has literally helped me more than any amount of, I guess, like any sort of training could ever possibly help you, right? You kind of learn to bounce ideas off yourself, right? You learn how to talk when no one's talking in your chat, right? Because now if we have like 15 minutes of no one chatting, I just look back to my 3 months of training and just do what I did back then, and everything's all good. And I think it was a very, very valuable skill. Honestly, I don't know if Calamity's in here, but when I was new to Makers and Crafting, right, I was like, averaging 5 viewers. I had just hit affiliate, and, I was still a no one. And Limo messaged me. She was like, yo, Calamity talked about you, and you should rewatch the VOD when you get a chance. And it was late at night, and I was streaming early the next day. So I went to the VOD, and basically Calamity and her whole community, right? This was before I knew who Calamity was, right? They were talking about me. They were like, dude, Worked Lettuce is an excellent self-talker. And I was like, wait, what is going on here? And like, the chat was agreeing with her, and Pirate and Fidget, and everyone was like sharing their lettuce stories, even when, like, I was brand new to the Makers and Crafting community. Like, just to give you an idea of how long ago this was before Calamity had her embroidery machine back. This was when Calamity was making masks, right? And I still, to this day, have that clip saved on my phone of just the people that were saying all those nice things, and that's what's kept me going through a lot of this. You know what I mean? Like, just seeing that, obviously, I'm not there, I wasn't in the chat, and they would still say really nice things about me behind my back. Like, that's amazing stuff right there. I remember that. Yeah, Bad Dad. That was crazy, man.
I do want to jump back and chat a little bit. We were talking about how you started streaming to no one, talking to yourself, worrying your friends, and look where you are now, pro streamer. But Snow Peep wanted to know, what did you do to increase your viewer count like that?
I promise you guys that I have stumbled into this. So obviously, like you said, like I said before, I started watching those channels on YouTube, right? and take what you want from them. There are things that you learn, right? Like consistency and branding and stuff like that. Even though like I'm not super hardcore into it, right? There are definitely things that you can learn from it, right? Building a brand and making a community, kind of, even if that's not your intention, a lot of those things do eventually come hand in hand. So from all the research that I did, I feel like I definitely learned some stuff, right? I finally switched from streaming on my phone to streaming at a PC in my garage. So, every time I went in there, I didn't have to set everything up and everything like that. I could go in there and click go live. I started streaming on a schedule. I I you know, just did little things like alerts on Streamlabs and learning how to use broadcasting software and stuff. And yeah, I think it was through literally no fault of my own. That's why I literally believe that that Laser did put me on the map, man. I don't know if I would have done it without him. He always says all the time that I would have been fine and stuff like that, but the record shows I streamed for 3 months to no one, right? A lot of people that are in the making and crafting community now started streaming like what, September, October, right? Like I've been here since June, but we're like basically, the same. So, a little bit of luck and just treating people the way you want to be treated when they come into your chat. I think it goes a long way.
Definitely. And I don't think you give yourself enough credit, but I'm not going to keep complimenting you too much. We want you to stay the same humble lettuce. And I love how we are 46 minutes into the stream and we have not gotten to like community building topics yet. I think you are very on brand and bringing that beyond your stream. So I'm just going to jump into some of the topics. And again, please feel free to talk about whatever you think is relevant, is not. If it's like a tangent you have, we would love to hear about it. But the first thing I'm going to ask you is, how do you make viewers in your chat feel so welcome? Is there anything that you actively make sure to do? Or do you just rely on your sparkling personality?
I feel like that was a little bit of a loaded question.
Sparkling personality.
But
Well, do you have any
Yeah.
advice?
Oh, for sure. So, a long time ago, someone, I have no idea what I'm doing. To this day, I still have no idea what I'm doing. Right? I have no overlay on my channel. I have nothing. But one person asked me for streaming advice, and I was like, I don't know what to tell you because I know I'm not a textbook great streamer, right? But I thought about it, right? I thought about it and I was like, what could I say to, give this person something to think about? And the only advice that I came up with was just read your chat and have fun. Like, if someone comes in there, you have a very small window of opportunity to say hi to them, to ask them how their day is going, to see if they are a streamer as well, to see if they do a lot of making and crafting, or if they do making and crafting off stream. Are they thinking about streaming? Like, there's so many things you can ask someone when they come into your chat, but absolutely the most important thing, right, is to, if they do go out of their way to talk to you, just to respond to them in a timely manner. And I've gotten a lot worse at that since, sometimes the chat is going and then I miss a message that was like from 3 minutes ago. Like, I do feel really bad about that. But boom, first advice of the day. I'm so sorry.
Love it, right?
I'm gonna stop reading chat.
No, it's fine. This is an interactive stream.
Right. Stray's got all the nicknames for me, man.
It's amazing.
But yeah, just it is more about the effort, right? You don't necessarily have to say the right things. You just have to, people need to feel like you're trying to make a connection with them, because you can have a lurker, right? And I do feel like lurkers are very important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lurkers are one of those things, like even if you're streaming with your viewers off, right? Lurkers are one of those things that they, if if you have zero viewers, right, you're all the way at the bottom
Mm-hmm.
of whatever category you're streaming in. And if you have one lurker, even if they never chat, right, they just put you above so many channels, right? If you have one lurker, you're above all the zero viewer streamers. And if you're watching yourself on another account like Toiled Cabbage, and then you have one lurker, you're all ahead of all the zero and one viewer people. So lurkers are extraordinarily important to streamers, and you guys know, especially in the making and crafting community, we all super appreciate that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
But when a person feels that they want to go that extra step, right, and they want to say hi, or they want to comment on something you're doing, or they want to have an interaction with you, I think that's very, very important, right? And I think it's just important to acknowledge it, even if you don't end up saying the right thing, like, hey, so how long have you been woodworking? And they're like, oh, I crochet, or something like that. It's just important to start that dialogue.
Definitely. And I know there are some of us that are hardcore lurkers
Oh yeah.
sometimes. I just like, one thing I like about Twitch is I like being in the chat and talking to the person that's doing the craft. I mean, if someone's like really focusing, I'll just lurk and watch and learn from them. But otherwise, I like getting to know the person and learn about them. And you make that really easy for people who come into your chat. If they decide they want to chat with you, you have a great conversation. And if they decide they just want to lurk, they still feel a part of the community, which I think is very special.
Thank you so much. Like I seriously appreciate that, and that's one thing I do, try to focus on a lot. To be 100% honest with you, um, it is one thing to be a streamer and make beautiful projects and everything like that, but I think almost as important, sometimes, especially for my channel, even more important is interaction, engagement, and just hanging out in a cool community.
Well, your lettuce community, your lettuce patch, I don't know, I saw lettuce in your background of your picture. It's very cool. It's very fun and very welcoming.
Right.
And
So
so,
that thing was like a total joke, like a long, long time ago. Me and my friends are gamers, and we would tune into these big Twitch streams, right? And we were just having like a stupid conversation, and we were like, "Yo, if you ever had a community, what would your people be called, right?" And my one gamer friend's name is like Fedmeister, and he was like the Federales, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But if you don't know, WorkedLettuce3 is a randomly generated Microsoft account name from Xbox 360 in like 2004, and I just
nice,
never
nice.
changed it. So I was like, I don't know, right? But I guess if I never change my username and we ever do build up any sort of community, we could be the lettuce patch, like the cabbage patch.
But less
And like
creepy, I hope.
this was years ago, right? And yeah, when people started coming into the stream, I was like, I'm not saying that to people. Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But I get a little talkative on stream. I get a little chatty, and I was like, yeah, but I guess I told them the story, and I was like, yeah, I guess we would be the lettuce patch. And then the whole chat was like, lettuce patch, love it, send it, full send. Um, don't want anything else but that. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm totally, totally down. So, instead of like rebranding or anything like that, we just we just full on leaned into it, and this is what we came out with, and I love it.
It's amazing. And you have your lettuce patch board in your workshop. You have your lettuce patch emote. You have your lettuce patch, which is
Yes.
amazing. And all the lettuce puns. I mean, kind of perfect to me.
It works. It works. My phone is turning back on, so
Okay.
we should be good with it. But yeah, that shop decal that's in my shop was made by Calamity Cat, and they actually sent me a lettuce patch, like an embroidered patch, which was made by Calamity Cat in conjunction with Mom Socks. And wait, what was the other thing you just mentioned?
Lettuce
Oh,
patch
the
emote.
emotes
Lettuce patch patch.
were made by Seskimo. So, yeah, I would absolutely not be like the quote unquote mini version of branding that we have. Would have never come into fruition if it wasn't for the other amazing makers and crafters here on Twitch.
Definitely.
Like,
I love all the collabs I'm seeing. I think it's amazing.
right? No, it is so awesome. So,
He is a lettuce. I just feel like that name fits him well for whatever reason. You call yourself, oh, you're listening now. You call yourself lettuce, but it just fits for me.
the funny part is like
You just are.
when I started becoming with like friends with people from Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
right? I was talking to Sarah from the channel 29 Fireflies, and I was like, yeah, my name's Rod, and she was like,
No,
you
it's not.
don't look like a Rod, you look like a. So I was like, all right, I'll just be lettuce for forever and ever, my whole internet life, and I totally don't mind.
Good.
I actually really love it, and I always tell the chat. They were like, "Oh, you're doing this." I'm like, "Listen, guys, I'm just a head of iceberg lettuce walking around trying to make his way through life."
He's trying to make his way in life. That is amazing. 29 says, yes, it was very confusing. You definitely are just lettuce. And he's back.
In my back chat. I'm so sorry about that, guys.
Everyone missed your face, like your video face. We had your picture face and the onesie, which was amazing.
Right, and that onesie was given to me by Sasaki Woodworks. So,
Collab.
the roost, right?
So, Insane Cerebello is shouting, what was one thing he kept in mind when interacting with the chat?
So, I feel like I don't really have anything in mind, right?
Complete zen.
There were times in the beginning of streaming, right? I have like, I don't know, 50 of these notepads, and I would write talking points on them. I would do like prep for the streams and make sure that I could accomplish all the woodworking steps. And, if we ever got hung up, I would refer back to this and, or try to refer back to this. But then I was noticing at the end of the streams, I didn't look at the paper ones. I look at it at the end of the day. I'm like, we didn't talk about any of these things. So I was just like, all right, I'm just going to stop doing that. But, yeah, building a community is very much just making friends, right? There literally is no difference about it. Like, even just making friends, I mean, depending on the business or the marketing you're trying to do, sometimes those things go very hand in hand, right? And so when someone new comes into the chat, I just look at it as an opportunity to make another friend, right? And to have another person to bounce ideas off of and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't think I used to try to keep things in the back of my head to talk about and stuff like that, but yeah, it just it doesn't really happen like that very much anymore.
Because you're a natural.
Shut up, man.
No, I think for some people it's really helpful to kind of plan out what you want to talk about if you find yourself not coming up with things on the spot. But
Right.
for you, that wasn't a method that you needed, which is great.
Right. But yeah, I definitely still did all the legwork, right?
Yeah, you tried it.
If something happened, like during that day or stuff like that in like my real life, and I wanted to talk about it on stream, I would write it down. But yeah, sometimes it just wouldn't come up in like natural conversation. So just keep the conversation going, like like you and me are talking right now, or any of the other stuff. I think it's funny because I don't know if you want me saying anything about the background work that goes on behind creator chats, but if
It's
you are
fine.
going to be a guest on creator chats, this is actually like super professional,
Oh,
right?
thanks.
You get a Google Doc that you guys can both work on weeks in advance and stuff like that. And there are topics, and Sam prepares everything super, super well. But I've looked at the document in the weeks and days leading up to this, and she did such a good job that I didn't want to mess anything up. And she was like, you know what, you don't have to do it if you just want to just go live and shoot from the hip and just say whatever comes to your mind. So very, very much so. This is just a conversation with you and me and the whole community that we have here.
Yeah, exactly. And the goal for me here is a conversation, but I create this like it's like topics in case maybe you forget something or
Right,
nothing comes to mind if you're trying to talk about like the overall topic of the stream. And my goal is to make sure that whoever I have as a guest on Creator Chats is comfortable. And I know for
right.
some people, conversation, boom, we're good. Just let me know what we're talking about. We're good for 3 hours. But some other people want to
Yeah.
feel a little more prepared. So I make
No,
sure we
for
have,
sure.
yeah, I'm just letting everyone know also for the future if they hear from me
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, I don't think I can do this." But no, it's supposed to be casual. Get to know the person that I'm talking to and just have a good time and maybe learn something. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
And essentially what I'm saying is if you are thinking about being on here and you are nervous about it, there just don't think that there's no prep. You just press go live and you have to do everything. Like there I know you do so much work for all of these, making posters, making overlays,
Thanks.
trying to make sure the tech is all good,
Trying.
and writing down topics and everything. Like, yeah, it doesn't always work out. That's what happens when you go live. We're streamers, we know this. But yeah, I am glad because this is my very first podcast, vodcast, chat experience with anybody, and so I am just very, very grateful that it was with a friend already that I'm comfortable talking to, and that I talk to all the time. So
I'm glad. I'm glad that it's been a good experience so far. I hope it stays
for
that way.
sure.
But let's get with the hard questions from chat. First question
Okay.
from Bad Dad. What's your favorite color?
I don't know. I'm thinking green.
Maybe.
So maybe the green background lights is a giveaway. Maybe this green energy drink can is a giveaway. Maybe this green water bottle is a dead giveaway. But I
Amazing.
don't know what about it is. Green has just been my favorite color my whole life. And when I was watching those videos and they were talking about branding and brand colors, I was like, oh, I was made for this. Everything I own is already green.
You're set. And eGem wanted to know, what is your grand plan for 2021?
My grand plan for 2021, like, we're talking live, we're talking streaming, we're talking, what are we talking about here? What was the exact question?
What is your grand plan for 2021? That was the question.
So, my grand plan, Twitch wise, for 2021 is to, you know what? I do feel like I have been slacking on my production value a little bit. Um, I told you that I used to do like a massive amount of prep before all my streams, like topics and making sure I could do all the woodworking steps and everything like that. But now that I've built a little more confidence in woodworking, I very much slack on it. I very much rely on my ability to read the plans and then do it live, right? But I do want to make not only the hanging out and chatting aspect of the stream good, right? But I do want to bring you guys some stuff that even a experienced woodworker would be okay to watch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's very hard for a very very experienced woodworker to watch me right now, just because the stuff that I do is pretty rudimentary, right? Like we're talking pocket holes instead of hand cut mortise and tenon joinery. We're talking plywood instead of curly, spalted, wormy maple, right? I do want to step up my woodworking game. It is it is more than just a hobby to me. Like I really really enjoy it, and I know if it wasn't for this whole thing that happened with the world, I probably would have never woodworked. I just would have continued watching woodworking videos on YouTube. But now that we're in it, I do want to, try my best to increase my skills as much as I can in it.
I agree completely. I don't know if I would be on Twitch if it wasn't for what's going on. I think I was looking for things to do that would be online and learned about it and thought, oh, well, I can give it a try. Like, I can play a video game. We'll see if anyone likes it. But I started out in gaming. For those of you who don't know, I played a lot. I played some Fall Guys and never got good at it, like decent at it at all, and got really annoyed and really frustrated. So if anyone actually wanted to see like Enki Momo, those would be the videos to watch. But
that was actually Fall Guys was actually the first stream I ever tuned in to your channel on. I feel like
why did you stay?
What?
I was like, why did you stay?
No, because honestly, I feel like by the time you started streaming, it was right at the same time where I started a Discord channel.
Nice.
And you, besides all of my friends that I knew already, you were the first person to ever use the recommend a stream channel. And I had known you, I'd had seen you hanging out in Calamity's chat before. So, yeah, when I saw that you used it, I was like, oh my god, someone actually used the Discord for what it's meant for.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I'll click on this. And I think it was like pretty early in the morning. You were playing Fall Guys, and I didn't say anything the first time, but Sneaky. I think the second time I was ever in your channel, you might have been playing Animal Crossing, and you were getting ready for some sort of like fishing tournament.
Yes.
You just kept pulling like mushrooms out of the ground or something like that. And
sure.
Yeah, I just never left. I just thought it was a really cool environment, even the even just the vibes in there. And then once we started talking in the channel in your stream, right? I felt like you knew that I streamed in Makers and Crafting, and you were telling me like, listen, like I have a Cricut maker, I have a sewing machine, I know how to make a mask, I have all these things, right? And I was like, time out. We are going to make, I told my chat this before the first time we ever rated you. I was like, we are going to make a maker and crafter out of this person, no matter what. She's too awesome for the gamers to have.
Sorry, gamers. Which is funny because I'm thinking, okay, I'm so close to my decks in Pokemon Shield. I keep saying that, but I'm actually so close right now, like 5-ish Pokemon, and I definitely want to stream shiny hunting. It's one of the most boring things, the way that I would do it, but I think would be awesome too, so we'll see how that goes. But
I watched that stream. I watched you bike across that bridge 300 times. But now that my amazing in real life friends, Ron Deasy, Germs Learn, Rice Boy, that you guys might know from chat,
nice.
They all pulled together and bought me a Nintendo Switch, and the one game that they gave me was Pokemon Shield. So maybe we could shiny hunt together or something like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
And Pokemon Shield, Sword and Shield was the reason I got a Switch. I saw some.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was the reason I got one. I saw some people. I was watching a lot of Pokemon Go YouTubers who are actually on Twitch too, but I didn't realize it at the time, I don't think. And they were all talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out. And I watched them play, and I thought, I need to play this. And I saw you need a
Oh yeah.
Switch for it, and I'm like, this is happening. This needs to happen.
No, the last Pokemon main series game that I played, besides Pokemon Go, obviously, was Pokemon Red version on my green Game Boy Pocket.
Okay, you have
So
me beat.
it just firing up that game, like watching you play, made me want to play it so bad,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's just bringing back so much of like the old school vibes and everything like that. I'm very very much enjoying myself.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and I just did not put it down when I got it. I love playing it so
Oh yeah,
much, and I would play it again. I love it so much. I'm going to keep playing it, obviously. I haven't done either of the expansions because I wanted the
right.
shiny charm first, so we can do raids together. Anyone else who has sword or shield, if you have sword, please trade with me so I can finish my decks, please. But
Yeah, I think
anyone who
Ben
has
has
it.
sword. My friend Ron has shield, but I don't know if he has a completed deck.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there in
Yes,
time. And you have
definitely.
some Nintendo Switch themed DIYs you can do. I've been telling Lettuce to make a certain project for a while. TBD, TBD. Keep it under wraps, keep it
Right.
secret. But
That was
yeah,
like one of the first conversations we ever had.
it was. I sent this like an unbelievable, outrageous project. Can I say what it is?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So it's where this guy made a frame for his TV shaped like a switch. So if you know what it looks like, there's like the main body, and the TV would be in like a black frame. But there were also the
Right.
controllers on the side, and this thing's huge. Like, I'll say at least 3 feet, 4 feet. I don't know. 3 to 4 feet
Right.
tall. And the Switch controllers on the side, I don't know if they're functional the way this guy did it, but those are prime
Right.
storage cabinets, I think.
It
So
was just like a perfect entertainment
it was
center in the
amazing.
shape of a switch, and I was like,
Painted
I
it
don't know if I can
perfectly.
make this, but it won't stop me from trying.
Oh, I am telling you,
I
you
have a
have
good
to. I would love to see it. Oh, Blue
Yeah.
Moon, I'm forcing Lettuce to make a giant Nintendo Switch. One day. Maybe
What?
there's a milestone you'll reach and you'll be okay with it, but one day.
Yeah, we have a very long list of upcoming projects for the stream, so
Oh, I
that was
was
one of the OG things in there, though.
this the Switch or something else?
No, the Switch.
Ah,
That was
yeah.
one of the first projects. Like, if I was ever going to expand from not doing plans provided to me by Steve Ramsey, that would have been one of the first things I would try.
I'm gonna make a note. I'll share the link to that project in Discord
Oh yeah,
so people can see what I was talking about. But I'll do that after. And I was like taking another look at our notes for today, and I think a lot of people would like to hear you talk about making fun and engaging point redemptions. We had a lot of comments about burpees before the chat here to like get pumped up. So,
uh,
what made you decide to do that?
I don't know. It was just so in the beginning, I had a very very bad habit of making promises to chat. Right, I would talk too much, and then I would say something really outlandish, like people would come into the chat in the very beginning. They were like, "Yo, I'm so sick of this channel not having any emotes." Right, you hit affiliate like a month ago, and you still don't have emotes. And I was like, okay, you guys want emotes? I'll get you emotes. I got you emotes by Monday. Even though that can't happen, because even if you upload emotes, it has to go through the whole Twitch approval process and everything. But no one said anything to me. They just let me sink, let me fall on my own sword, essentially, right? And yeah, another example of that is like, dude, you should start a Discord community. And I'm like, all right, you guys want Discord? I'll have a Discord for you by Monday, right? And then I don't do anything my whole weekend. I just sit there trying to do emote or Discord research and stuff like that. And I don't know if you remember, but the first emotes that I ever tried to make by myself were horrible. I one just said 321 for when I say Dust Collection Soft Power 321, and then the other one said boom, first cut of the day. So the channel points are one of those things, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I don't think I even had them enabled because you know how when you become an affiliate, you could just turn on channel points and it'll have all the stock things, right? Like
Right.
highlight my message, hydrate, posture check, modify a single emote and stuff like that. Um, but I don't know. I just feel like they didn't really fit, right?
Right.
So I just figured that, let's just, our channel's small enough and I guess agile enough maybe that we could just try some different things. And um, I always told the chat and you and other people that I was doing a bunch of Zoom workouts with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I was like, you know what? Why don't we just, incorporate a lot of some fitness into this, right? Chat already tells me when to hydrate, right? Chat tells me when to focus when I'm talking too much and I need to start woodworking, right? I was like, why can't chat also be in charge of the fitness, right? So I did take those channel point redemptions off because of the charity stream. Because when we were doing the charity stream, my like donation menu kind of thing was all different
Yes.
exercises and stuff. So those will be coming back. I promise you guys.
Yeah.
After the new year, we're bringing all the cool to me channel point ideas back.
Cool to
And
us too.
I think it's just one of those things that the chat likes watching me suffer a little bit in a loving way.
And is that something you're going to have just as regular channel point redemptions, or are you going to require a little bit more of everyone for that?
Maybe I'll raise the points or something like that. But yeah, it is something fun. It is something that is, good for me, right? Some people in the chat feel like they're helping me out in my real life, and your boy might need it a little bit. So it's a win-win all around. But if it's something else you're referring to, I actually don't even have a donation button on my stream. I don't. Yeah, I just don't. I don't want that anything like
Mm-hmm.
that in any way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I wasn't referring to anything specific,
Oh,
but there's
but I just feel
also
like everyone has so many channel points now that it doesn't matter how high I make them. It'll just it'll just they'll have it. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, you're gonna have some good workouts if you put those as channel point redemptions because everyone has so many ready to go.
Mhm. Well, I definitely try to limit them because I don't want it to be the entire stream and stuff like that, and that might not be what a lot of people tune in to watch, and stuff like that. So I want to find a way to like integrate it and
Hmm.
set cooldowns and maximum amounts just so that it's not the entire stream. There's going to still be some content in there. But it's nice when you turn on your stream, first thing you do in the morning, and it's just like, yo, just drop down and do some burpees, right? Get your day started.
Maybe some people think that's nice.
Yeah, no.
Not necessarily my thing. But no,
Right,
people enjoy it. You saw how people were really getting excited in your chat and just having a good time when you were doing that fundraiser. I think
right.
everyone's looking forward to the next time they can do that.
No, that was seriously like the most amazing week ever. I believe that just our stream by ourselves raised something like over $700 for Starlight, and I literally had no idea, right? I knew there are such generous people in the community and stuff like that, but I never thought in like my wildest dreams that we would have been out of the almost 100 streamers that took part in that we would have been anywhere near um, the top of that list. And just let us patch just know I'm so grateful for everything you guys did for Starlight that week. Calamity and her amazing team of moderators like made everything run so smooth that week. And yeah, that was just so much fun. Not just for me, not just for chat, like everyone in the community. I met some people that week, right? That I probably never would have met before because it wasn't just makers and crafting streamers, right? It
Hmm.
was art, food and drink, science and tech, everyone, gamers, just chatters. Like, uh, it was amazing. And I think maybe this is part of Calamity's bigger plan, right? it was just a huge networking opportunity for all of her makers and crafting collection. But it was truly amazing, and I know she joked about doing it again and doing it soon. But just know, I will be the first one on board, Calamity. I will follow you into battle when necessary.
And I'll wait till you're done drinking, but we got to hear the elephant call. It was amazing. If you all don't know what I'm talking about, please go back to Lettuce's VODs and maybe clips. There's probably a clip of it.
Someone definitely has a clip of that. If you could find that and put that into chat, I'm sure
required
I'm sure
viewing.
People would appreciate that. But yeah, that actually, I promise you, that's not a thing that I started for that charity thing. I've been doing that my entire life. I am, a little bit larger than the normal person. So when my friends and I got into rock climbing, they'd been rock climbing for a long time, but I was new, right? And sometimes when you're going up a rock climbing wall, like, you know, it isn't all about upper body strength. It's more about your leg strength and your technique, right? Or your technique and your power to body weight ratio. And yeah, what you don't have in either of those things, you need to make up for with some raw power. So sometimes if I'm like on a wall and I need to get to the next hold, I used to call it invoking the power of the elephant, and I would just like grit my teeth and just go for it, right? And it's just translated into if ever I'm going to put out like a full power output that I could possibly generate in a very short amount of time, that noise just always seems to come out of me, and I can't help it.
I don't know why this popped into my head, but if we ever had like a Mortal Kombat of makers and crafters, for your finish him move, we know what the sound effect would be.
Finish him.
I don't know what you would do. Are you gonna do it? I don't know what the move would be, but you know what the sound would be, which is amazing.
You can't fake it. You can't fake it.
You can't. No, it has to be real.
Right.
So we talked about the charity stream, the amazing toll that your body went through, the elephant call. How else can special events unique to your channel help build your community too?
I mean, I haven't thrown very many special events, right? We're, like I said, we're not the most excellent planners in the world. Like we can't, plan anything like that. But I feel like I did one special event one time. It was for my first affiliate stream. I took the stream from inside the garage to inside my house, right? And I did a woodworking project, and I did it in my living room, and I put my mountain bike on it, and I almost died on stream.
Oh my gosh.
It was this thing. You put your bike into it, and you try to get your front wheel off the ground and try to find your balance point and stuff like that. But yeah, you know what I mean? No one wants to get caught up in a very, very monotonous thing, right? That's why whenever I have a big project, right? When I was doing the Santa Cruz pine bed, that took almost a month, like almost once a week, we would switch it up and do something else, right? We would, still within woodworking and stuff, like we would take a little time to make a little holder for a tool, or we took some time one time to work on my bike because I needed to get it done before the next time we rode. So yeah, consistency is very important, like you guys learned in Creator Chats day one or episode one. But yeah, I just think it's fun to maybe experiment and do things like this, like when the channels are small, like our sizes and stuff like that. It's fun to do different things and see what kind of retention you get when you do other things, and see check your viewer count at the end of the day, because I never have mine up when I'm streaming, so I actually don't know what's going on. Yeah.
No, that's definitely helpful to know. And I think a lot of people like to keep their viewer count off because it reduces the pressure you might feel if there's a certain number of people watching or one less
Mm.
thing to look at, which is really nice. And
No, the one reason that I did turn my viewer count off was, you know, I had my viewers on when I was streaming to no one, right? And then when we had like an average of 5 viewers, I still had it on. This is before I ever got the advice to turn it off. And, you know, when I had 5 viewers, I was like happy, right? And then if I looked over and the number said two, like obviously the stream didn't change, but I felt a type of way, right? I know it probably didn't seem like it on stream, but I was like, why did 3 people tune out, right? So I just didn't want that number looming over my head to ever affect what you get from the stream, right? Um, my training in just chatting, the stream will be totally fine if there's no one in there and no one chatting, right? I I just I don't know. I want to put out the same product product, right? Every single time I go live, and that was just something that was just another speed bump to that. And if you could just turn that off and totally forget about it, yeah, just check that Twitch email at the end of your streams
that's
to
definitely a
see if
good
you
way to
did a
do
good
it.
job or not.
Yeah, and I felt that way too. So that's something I've been looking at also. And looking in the chat, Bama wants to know, how do you get chat to interact?
Um, so I feel like I did learn this from Calamity, right? She was saying that if you're a streamer and, even if you're making amazing stuff, right? And if you have no viewers, right? No one, if you're completely silent, right? And there's no one in there, and you're just doing your thing, which is totally fine. Like that's absolutely what I did when I first started, right? I think it's important to, like, even if no one's in there, to just drum up a little bit of conversation. Say something every once in a while, or not like direct questions or anything like that, but kind of explain what you're doing. Kind of, if you have a cool technique that you are attempting, just say something like that. Just because maybe someone won't catch it live, right? Maybe someone will be interested in you, hear about you if they see you in another channel, right? Oh, let me check out this Work Lettuce guy, right? Oh, he's not live. Let me click on one of his VODs and just scroll through. And if they just go to a place, right, that's just completely silent, I just feel like there's an awkwardness there, right? Um, just like I just feel like even any sort of dialogue, right? It's just inviting in a way, right? You also don't want that person to feel like if they do decide to chat, right, they're going to be on the hook for talking to you for the next hour, right? Um, Basically, just I don't know, in some way try to give them a way out, right? Just if you decide to chat with me, thank you. I appreciate that so much, but never feel like now that you've spoken to me, you've activated my trap card and you need to be the entertainment for the stream for the next hour just in case someone stops by. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And Ejim wants to know, what's your favorite thing about streaming?
My favorite thing about streaming is absolutely, I have two favorite things about streaming, actually. Um, the number one favorite thing about streaming is the first hour of my stream. When we press go live, we don't do anything for the first hour, and we just hang out, catch up. How was your weekend? If it's a Monday, if it's a Friday, what are your weekend plans? And if it's a Wednesday, how's your hump day going? Right? Just learning about people, learning what other people are doing, seeing. I'm telling them about my life, right? And I don't really. I'm one of those people that I'm pretty open, right? If you don't can't tell. Anything I would say to one of my in real life friends, I would say to you guys on stream, essentially. And yeah, it in the beginning, right? People were like, "Dude, you should probably like get to work or something," right? Like, we're on the clock here, right? But I think people have just I've like fully leaned into it, and I think people, just appreciate just hanging out for a little bit. And I'm pretty sure my viewers drop off when I start woodworking, but woodworking is definitely something that I very very much enjoy. But that first hour and just spending time with the community is absolutely my favorite part of streaming for me. But my second favorite part of streaming, which is actually a pretty close second, is you know, now that we have a few people in stream, right? Especially some very experienced woodworkers that I can pull knowledge from in chat a lot of the time. Um, I know if I was on my own, just woodworking in my garage by myself, in these 4 or 5 months, right? I would not be as decent of a woodworker as I am right now if it wasn't for Twitch and the community here. When you're woodworking by yourself, right, and or doing anything by yourself, right, and you run into a problem, you stop what you're doing, you go to Google. You don't know what words to search when you're trying to figure out the problem to your solution to your problem, and then you scroll through forums, and then you find the solution way way down, somewhere in like a dead thread or something like that, right? Now, when I run into a problem on stream, I just go, Saki, help! Obsessed pirate, help!
That is
And
amazing.
yeah, they just always have. They help me get through everything, right? And it's fast, it's efficient. We bounce ideas off each other. I try to bring new techniques that maybe are a little bit more new schooled. If like some people are really old school and stuff like that, and I love that dynamic of it as well. And yeah, I'm grateful to for the people on there that are willing to help me a little bit on my woodworking journey. I'm very very much appreciative of that.
And it's so wonderful to be able to have that, I think, like interactive element with the stream where people feel like what they're saying is valued. And you listen when people have advice, which I think is very valuable as well.
Right. I think I remember you and me sat down and we were working on our about me's for the charity thing.
Yes.
And I think I don't remember the exact sentence that I decided to go with, but it was like, "Help guide me along," or "Come with me while we learn our woodworking journey together," or something like that. And it was probably like a stupidly written sentence and probably not the right everything like that, but it couldn't be more true, right? If you have some knowledge that you want to share with me and impart with me, I will try it. I will do that, right? But if you have no idea what you're doing, I mean, neither do I. So let's get it. Let's figure this out together.
And I think that comes back around to the topic of building your community really well because you're making people in chat feel valued and like you want them here and they're going to be listened to and participating will really like actually matter, which I think is fantastic.
For sure. Yeah. I love trying new things, right? Because woodworking is one of those things that's kind of like a lifelong learning thing. You know what I mean? I just feel like you never cap out. You're never the perfect woodworker, right? Even if you're an amazing dimensional lumber woodworker, right? With power tool woodworker, you can always learn some hand tool stuff.
Yeah.
Or if you're a really good wood turner, you could learn some carving stuff. Or you could learn wood burning, right? These are all different types of woodworking that will eventually lead you to become like the best woodworker you could possibly be. And just seeing everyone's approaches to it and trying different techniques, I feel like that is the essence of woodworking. I don't know if any of you guys were here, but in that wind down chat, I think me, Bad Dad, and Sasaki and a couple people were in there pretty late. and I tried my first hand cut mortise and tenon joinery while hanging out with them, and it was so much fun, man. Woodworking is so much fun.
That is awesome. And we can see that during your streams. We can see how much fun you're having. And just to get back to chat quickly, Dreaming of YouTube wanted to know, how do you get past the nerves when starting your streams? They want to stream, but they're so nervous.
So basically, for me, it was really easy, right?
You're
It
just a
was really,
natural.
really no, 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 not because I was a natural, because I knew I was going to turn on my stream and no one was going to be there, right? And then after weeks of streaming when no one was still there, there was no pressure at all, right? I I can't imagine, right? Like turning on your stream for the first time and having all those people, right? It's kind of like not a rite of passage, but I feel like it is a step, right? You gotta start, um, with no one and honing your skills and trying to do it that way. But that's not how making and crafting works. You know what I mean? Sometimes you'll turn on your channel, your stream for the first time, and you'll get an 80-person calamity cat raid, right? So just know that streaming in the makers and crafting community is not like that at all, right?
Hmm.
You can do whatever you like, right? As long as you're nice to people and the stuff you're doing is you have a passion for it. That's the only thing that's important, right? The makers and crafting community is so welcoming, right? That I don't know, you shouldn't be afraid, right? Would you be afraid if you were a brand new streamer streaming in the making and crafting community?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I mean, a little, but I think maybe it's just a difference in personalities where if I had been in chat a lot and already kind of knew everyone and felt comfortable with them, I mean, everyone, just like the circle that I've come to have here, I think I'd be more comfortable. But if I was just
Right.
starting out fresh, just with how I am, I get nervous. Yeah, I would be nervous. Figuring out what to
Yeah,
do.
but someone like Dreaming of YouTube is already super active in the makers and crafting community is the
Oh,
thing,
being
right?
dreaming of
I see her
YouTube, yeah.
everywhere.
No, I think there. I feel like there'll always be some nerves of starting up a stream for most people, for some people, but I feel like at this point you can know that there's so much support for you in the community, so much support in the stream that you're doing, and that you'll only be met with kindness and nothing negative.
Right. And you never get over the nerves sometimes, to be 100% honest with you. Like, I was pretty nervous before this. You know this, I've told a few people this. I have never been on another person's channel like this. I'm supposed to be somewhat speaking from like my experiences or maybe with some expertise, right? And following Laser Geek and Calamity and in anything is nerve wracking, right? But sometimes you just have to press go live and figure it out. You know what I mean?
Have a backup picture of lettuce in a onesie just in case. So I'm gonna go back. Oh, Discord. You mentioned Discord. How have you gone about building your Discord community, or do you have any advice for people looking to grow theirs?
So my Discord community is pretty small and basic, right? Like I said earlier in a story I told, Discord was one of those things like someone asked me if I had a Discord, and I was like, out of spite, I was like, you know what? You want a Discord? I'll have a Discord for you by Monday. And I had no idea what I was doing, right? I had never been on Discord before. The amount of research that I had to do that weekend to stay true to my word and have a Discord by Monday was incredible, right? It was kind of fun, right? I used to actually really like making promises like that because it felt like I was like cramming for an exam or something like that.
Get that adrenaline
And
going.
what'd you say?
Oh, just get that adrenaline going. You get pumped up. You're ready to do it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I think it's very, very easy. The only advice that I have for Discord, right? Your Discord doesn't have to be anything super, super fancy. You don't need like 15 bots in there, everything like that. But when you're just starting out, the only advice I have is don't put too many rooms in there, right? Like, you start your Discord and you're the only person in there. And are you gonna like make 50 rooms and 47 of them are gonna be empty for like months, right? I started my Discord with two channels. It was like announcements and general, and recommendations. So I kind of wanted my Discord community to kind of grow with the needs of the people that were going to use it, right? People came in there eventually, and they were like, "Listen, we want a place to put doggy pictures." So I was like, "All right, perfect." And someone was like, "We need a place to show off our workspaces or our projects that we've done and stuff like that." So I think if you look at my Discord right now, like you'll want to scroll down, but there's nothing to scroll down to, right? There are like 8 rooms in there, but they're not all very, very active. But I feel like if you reach out to someone and have a question or just want to show off things, like even if no one responds to you or anything like that, I'll respond to you. But Discord was one of those things that I thought was very important, right? I have no social media presence up until my first Instagram post where I posted what you made. um, Whenever I was not streaming, there was no way for anyone to reach me. I didn't have an Instagram, I didn't have a Twitter, I didn't have a YouTube, I didn't have a TikTok, I had nothing. I had a Twitch stream. So the way live content works, right? If you're not live, um, you will have no interaction with anyone.
Hmm.
So that's the one of the reasons I made a Discord. So, you know, maybe not, if not for anything else, if you wanted to talk to me outside of streaming hours, that's where I would be. So yeah, I think Discord is important. I think you can also get away with joining another person's Discord. I've seen that to great effect recently. The Boyd Sasaki Discord, which was originally Boyd's, and then Sasaki jumped on, and then I think now Bad Dad has jumped onto that. So that's like a power Discord right there. But
Yes.
yeah, my Discord community is very, very small. It's very much still growing, but I definitely enjoy it, and I think the community we're building over there is fun too.
That's been fun seeing Saki and now Bad Dad go into Boyd's Discord like that. See their works
Yeah,
in progress, things like that. I've
that
enjoyed
is
it.
that is awesome. Honestly, if I was a beginner streamer, I I should probably even at this level just join someone else's Discord
It makes things a lot
because
easier.
what'd you say?
I think it would make things a lot easier for
Oh
someone, not
yeah,
saying you, but for if there's someone who doesn't want to run their own Discord, it's a good way to still have that activity, but not, I guess, the whole shebang, you know.
right. Discord actually is pretty deep, right? You could dig and find more and more things that Discords can do, right? So if you could just get in with someone who already has infrastructure in place, like I don't even think I have a bot in my Discord is a problem as well. Like I don't know any of the fancy technical stuff. I'm actually not the best with technology or anything like that. But yeah, I know you were doing some work doing some Discord consolidation as well. So I think that's an amazing idea. To be 100% honest with you.
I'm gonna try and grab that link. That is something that a few of us have been working on. Cross-thread gear, so that's Pixel Lumberjack and Alicon on Discord, and also Laser Geek. And then a bunch of people have been added to it and working on it. We created a makers and craft and community Discord, so it's
Right.
not tied to any one streamer or any group of streamers, but it is focused more on the craft that you're doing and meeting people who like to do the same craft or other crafts that you might be interested or trades or such that you'd like to learn more about. So I'm
Right.
gonna quickly
I
create
think
a
Snow
share
Peep might
link.
have just posted the link.
Oh, thanks, Snow
Yeah,
Peep.
Snow Peep's been working on that as well. Like, yeah,
Yes.
I think that's an amazing idea, right? Because I legitimately don't believe that I have what it takes to run a Discord, right? Um, it's very much like you message me and I message you back. It's nothing like You're not getting stream shout outs when you go live. You're not advancing in level when you talk a lot and stuff like that. So, you know, to be a part of a bigger Discord that has a lot of that infrastructure in place already, and you can just be you. I think I think that's a way better idea, in my opinion.
I think it's nice because you get to meet a lot of new people that you may not have interacted with otherwise, and they post pictures or they ask questions, and it immediately gives you something to talk about. And you can
Right.
also see if they stream. I think there's a tag, or you can see them on the right hand side to see if they're in the streamer category. And there we go, fixed my shout out for now. And it's really nice to be able to have that opportunity to chat with people you may not have run into otherwise.
Yeah, and for sure it's a great idea because you guys all know what you're doing, right? Laser's had a Discord forever, and he knows about all of that stuff.
He
So I think
does.
the infrastructure is what's valuable, right? Someone who knows what they're doing already, and stuff like that. And I think it's going to be great for the community. It's just what I believe about it. So yeah, good job on that one.
Yes, and if you all would like to join, I think it's fantastic, but obviously only if it's something that you're interested in. But we have places where you can chat about the craft or trade that you like to do. You can show works in progress, finished works. And I think we also have some voice channels where you can just chat, in real time with others. And it's nice to have that little bit of social interaction right now when it's not so easy to do that in real life. And that's part of why Twitch and streaming really stood out to me, and I think a lot of other people too right now, is just, it's a nice way to add a little social interaction to your day, like being in chat and things like that.
For sure. And yeah, you guys know I've been hanging out every so often in Calamity Cat's Wind Down Discord, the voice channel, where you learn a lot more than you need to know about other makers and crafters sometimes.
It's fun.
But I've been having so much fun in there. Get in there with with a couple of the people that you may not have ever seen their face before, right? If they don't stream with a face cam, or you message them and they're in your chat, right? But you've never heard their voice before, right? It's awesome just to kick back, have a couple drinks, and let loose, watch a cool DJ stream, and it's so
Exactly.
much fun. And just Calamity's Discord for hosting it, and Sasaki for being one of the main bridges that is finding all these amazing DJs for us to go hang out in, right? It's like it's a new world out there. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
A whole new
And
world.
if you need a space to kick back, relax, just maybe see some shenanigans. That's been one of my favorite things that I've been taking part in recently. And yeah, wind down, stray nose, bad dad nose.
And I just added like a voice channel to my Discord along with a text channel if you want to send links or something. And I feel like I might just pop in there every now and then just to chat if anyone wants to be there. I know I'm going to be I'm going to change the countertop or a desktop on like work desk, crafting desk, like, that whole setup. And that might be something I just like, not stream, but have on Discord. Kind of try to build
Right.
that bit of community where people can actually interact with me a little bit more on a smaller scale or a more direct scale rather than just streaming. So that's something I know I want to do.
So, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
But why would you just stream it?
Oh, I don't know. There's some
Like, what's
things.
the difference to
Um,
you?
I don't know. I think some things to me just I want to have more of a cozier feel to it. Not that I
Okay.
have big viewership numbers or anything like that, but when it's Discord, it just feels like I don't know. It feels a little cozier. That's really the word that I would call it. Like you're with friends and you're chatting
Right.
and like to me it's like you can talk about each other's lives, things like that, if you're comfortable, of course. But that's
Right.
there's not like a
No,
specific
because
reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
we if you guys don't know, we did do that the other day, right? Yumi, Sasaki, Insane Cerebello. It was a
Yeah.
really good time, and I thought that
And
was a
Super Cow
really really
too.
cool like dynamic and everything.
Yeah, it
So
just feels
I think that
different.
would be me.
Yeah, so we'll see when I end up doing that. When I end up doing that, we'll see what happens.
Right. and you know you have so many things to put together.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I'll find something to do while we are spending that time hanging out. I think it was so funny that you know we were both getting stuff done, and the people were just like kind of just hanging out with us.
Yeah, I was building an IKEA coffee table. It's the kind where you have the half of the top kind of come up, the lift top kind. And I was just struggling with that while we were chatting.
Right.
Knocking
And I
over
was
my drink, you know, it's all fine. It's all normal.
cleaning my garage from Christmas Eve indiscretions.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we were pretty productive.
Yeah, we were so productive. Oh yeah, and Cerise was working on stickers, right?
Yeah. And I don't know what Saki was doing, but that's okay.
He was just keeping us company.
Yeah.
Instead of wind down, what do we call it? Wine cooler.
I was like, it's chill, so we're gonna call it Wine Cooler.
Right.
But I ended up naming the channel the Let's Chat channel, and then the actual like text-based channel for that is the Let's Chat Chat. Because
Gotcha,
you know,
gotcha. Because you know you can't name something wind down because that has implications, right?
has implications.
But if it's wine cooler, it might be a little more chill than that. Maybe a
Yeah.
little step down from that. And,
Just relaxing.
Wine up. Saki was vibing.
Oh my gosh. Everybody had a good time, which was nice. So you might see
for
more of
sure.
those from me. And if you ever see us in that channel, like feel free to stop by. You don't need an invite. If we're in there, you're welcome. You're welcome
Yeah,
to join.
absolutely. And Ejeb, yeah, we do wind down with video if you're comfortable, but you know we don't expect everyone to have their video on. I
Yeah.
turn my video on just because I actually really enjoy hanging out in the wind down from inside of my shop. If you guys don't
Yeah,
know,
it was so
Like,
funny.
I never use this streaming setup or anything like that ever. I just you know even though there's like lights here and accent lights and everything like that, I just I'm always just more comfortable hanging out in the garage with you guys and yeah. And sometimes I even in wind down I clean my garage, I get new projects done. It's fun.
Yes, and for me, I had the camera on, but all you could see was like the bottom of the coffee table 99% of the time. And then I knocked
Right.
over my iPad, and then you could see the bottom of my sofa. You know, so it was great.
It doesn't have to be stream quality video is what we're trying to say.
And
We're
you don't
just-
need to
we're
have a
just there to hang
video.
out.
Yeah, if you just want to have a voice, that's fine too. It's about being comfortable and having fun.
Right. Sasaki rave bed. Actually, I sent pictures to some of my in real life friends, and they were like, "Bro, I have a couple questions. Is that an air mattress, and is it in your garage?" And I was like, "What happens in wind down stays in wind down."
Amazing. It's a
Yeah.
great way to get to know people better in the community. Community building. See?
Exactly.
See, this makes
It
sense.
is so much fun, right? Like, if when this whole pandemic thing is over, when we reach our quote unquote new normal and stuff like that, like if you think I'm not hanging out with Sasaki in real life, like you're out of
Oh
your
my
mind,
gosh.
right? If you don't think I'm gonna try to drive through Texas, y'all, and hang out with Calamity Cat, like you're out of your mind, right? I just feel like I've met so many people on this platform, right, that I would love to be in real life friends with, right? But there's less than a 0% chance I would have met them if it wasn't for Twitch, right? If I'm driving through Minnesota or not Minnesota,
Whatever
Where's-
state.
right? I'm gonna visit Stray. I'm gonna visit Egen. I'm gonna visit Cerise. I'm going full mobile after this pandemic's over. Like everyone,
gosh.
prepare your streaming setups because I am freaking streaming from your setup when this thing is over, and I can go to your house and we can hang out in real life because, you know, it is one thing to hang out with someone in your chat or even to have a drink with them over a video call, right? But I just feel like, you know, bonding, right? Just want to hang out with someone, shake someone's hand, like see everything about
Like,
it.
you're
And,
real.
I just think that would be so much fun, and I really can't wait for that. Cannot picture you in Canada right now. You don't know anything, Lucifer. I got my passport ready to go. this is what the Calamity Con is for sure. Oh yeah, the first time I heard about Calamity Con, that's when I absolutely fell head over heels, right, with Calamity. Not in like that way, right? I was just like, this person has vision, and I have no vision. But if she barks out an order, I will be the first one. I will be the first one undertaking that task.
Yeah, Calamity definitely knows how to mobilize us as her van troops,
Exactly.
reach a goal.
Exactly.
Positive.
And
Amazing. Amazing thing. I think
part of the
so
reason
good.
why I am not like super, there's a part of me that doesn't even want to be a Twitch affiliate. There's a part of me that doesn't want gift subs or bits or anything like that to be available on my channel, right? My channel is very much about coming and hanging out and stuff like that. So I never want you to feel, right, like if you subscribe and then a month passes and you come back into the chat, like, I'm looking to see if there's a lettuce leaf in front of your name, or anything like that, right? I just, if for some reason, right, I want to become a full-time content creator, right? If I want to quit my real job and try to do this internet stuff for real, right? The last thing that I would do is set up a donation thing on my channel and then ask you guys for money, right? This like core group of people right now, like, how far are you really gonna get in streaming and everything if you're just asking for money from your friends, right? There are very, very generous people in the makers and crafters community and Twitch as a whole, right? But the first thing I do is, try the YouTube thing, try the Instagram thing, try the TikTok thing, try the Twitter thing.
If you get a TikTok, let us know.
Twitch is one of those things that is just like so separate and like maybe almost like sacred to me. Like I would never want to isolate this community by trying anything like that. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And I think it's hilarious how Elbows is... One second. Okay. Yeah, sometimes... I think this happened last time, too. The fire trucks can be really loud on my street. But what I was saying was, I think it's hilarious how Elbows is gifting subs while you're talking about don't give me your money. And Elbows, thank you so much. I hope you know I appreciate it. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate it so much.
Elbows is the man, man. Elbows is one of those people that was new to Wind Down, and he saw the shenanigans for one time and stuck around for another time. And actually, when I was trying to get some woodworking done, like super hyped me up when I was trying to learn things and stuff like that. So, Elbows, you're the man, brother.
Yeah, and Elbows, did you want help naming your community? I wasn't sure if you were serious about that, because if you'd like the help, now could be a great time to get everyone on board to figure out what to call people. I feel like we should do it anyway. Why don't we do it anyway? What do you all think Elbows should call their community? I like the Elbows, but Elbows' name is Elbows, so I don't know if that works too well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. What do you all think?
The Peoples with the apostrophe after the S, elbow.
People's elbow.
The People's elbow, man.
I don't know.
No, I really don't know. Like I said, I definitely Macaroni Gang's pretty funny.
Oh, the body parts. The body parts is good.
Like I said, the way, it's kind of one of those things, right? Ideally, I feel like you would want your community to name themselves, right? I feel like you'll just be hanging out on stream one time and someone will say something funny and it'll be like an inside group, inside joke to your community, you know what I mean? I know I made that lettuce patch thing up like 5 years ago and I like vowed to never say it to anyone. It just slipped out on stream. and everyone thought it was funny. But I don't think you could come up with a name and then force it on everyone. You know what I mean? I think it's one of those things that should be organic, in my opinion.
That's
Funny
fair.
Bones, yeah.
There's a lot of good there's a lot of good options here. This is amazing. Oh my gosh.
Weenuses.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. No, lettuce patch, it's like there couldn't be any other option, I feel.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly. And when you knew it, you knew it.
Right. And the only one thing that I absolutely love about being a Twitch affiliate is emotes.
Yes.
Right. I absolutely, truly believe that having a good set of emotes or a great emote artist that you could turn to is one of the big things, right? You know, when I it was time for me to have emotes made by a professional, not something that you saw. The Worked Builds emote was my original emote designed by Dom TV, and that is like that's my face
Love it.
on a head of iceberg lettuce with a construction hat on, the actual headset I use when I'm streaming, and a hammer. And you guys know, if you're like, woodworkers don't actually use hammers, which is a big misnomer or misconception. But yeah, when it was time to make emotes, I didn't know who to reach out to, right? I have no idea what I'm doing with graphic design. I don't know. Well, back then I didn't know a bunch of artists and stuff like that on Twitch, but the one person that I did know who did do this, who came in on that first Laser Geek raid, was Seskimo. And I think it's important to like put some thought behind your emotes, right? You want your emotes to be something that, you know, is like an inside kind of thing between you and your chat, right? The only two like kind of stock emotes that I have are the lull, just because I laugh so much when we're hanging out on stream, and the raid, because we raid after every stream. So everything other than that, I kind of wanted it to be like something special, like something that the community could almost rally behind and know the meanings behind it and stuff like that. And if they like it so much that they are using it in other people's chats and stuff like that, I think that's important too, right? Everywhere I go, I use Sasaki's onesie emote. Everywhere I go, I use Momo Hype or 29 Fireflies Laugh
or the high
Calamity Cat Spin the Wheel. Oh yeah, that 29 high is iconic, right? I think that is you should definitely put some thought behind them. You know what I mean? And maybe not just go with all the basic hype, high, low stuff like that. You do need some of those, but you might not need all of them. Yeah, exactly. This is fine.
I'm trying to share the unique ones.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what are my higher ones? Oh, this. I love this emote.
Which one is it?
This
nice.
emote was actually inspired by these glasses that I'm wearing right now, because I feel like this is called like Worked Focused or something like that. And whenever I'm at my streaming setup or this my work setup, right, and I'm actually doing work and stuff like that, these are like my gaming / blue light reduction glasses. So I'm always wearing these, right?
I'm sharing some of my favorites.
Yeah, it was definitely inspired by that. And then I feel like the burpees inspired this emote, the air lettuce with the
oh my gosh,
sweatband and the towel.
Can you like drop that down to tier 1 maybe?
Yeah, we could rotate them out. We could see what's going on.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I don't want anyone to lose any of the emotes that they enjoy using. Is the thing, you know what I mean?
Fair.
But yeah, I feel like emotes are super actually important.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out emotes in Calamity's stream once, and she was basically like, they'll come to you. Calm down. Stop trying.
Right.
It'll be organic. It just has to figure out what happens. So, like, when it happens, it happens. And she's right.
Exactly.
totally right. You can have like the standard ones, but then you can upgrade to the cool ones when it is a little more natural and organic and something pops up. Like pirate. I'm still waiting on that stew bowl emote. I don't know if pirate's here, but calling you out.
Right. No, but Snow Peep's absolutely right. Finding an artist to make emotes is hard. But with all the community that we built here on Twitch, right? It's actually you could find an emote artist pretty quick. And I was super fortunate, right, to be friends with Seskimo already, and I was already a huge fan of her work. I had seen her make some emotes and some overlays and stuff like that for other streamers, and yeah, it just so happened that the only digital artist that I knew was my dream digital artist.
Got lucky. Yes, Eskimo makes amazing emotes.
Yeah.
Great. So let me see. Did I miss any questions in the chat? If I missed any questions, please send them again because I want to make sure I'm able to get everything during the stream.
I don't know how to chill. There is no stop trying. Yeah, sometimes you can't turn it off for sure. I totally feel that, but
are those Chihuahua emotes?
If you want to just get a very basic set of emotes, right, and then when cooler emote ideas come, just make them. They're not uber expensive, right?
I think it just depends on who you're working with.
When was Lettuce born?
Will you tell us your true origin story? No, I'm just kidding.
Lettuce was born in the state of New Jersey.
Let's see. Bad Dad wants to know, how much woodworking do you do off stream?
So, that's one of the things. Like when someone came in here and asked me my goals for the new year, I used to do a lot of woodworking off stream, right? When I was gonna try a new woodworking technique on stream, I would go into my garage the night before and see if I could do it, right? Now, I feel like there has been maybe some complacency. Like I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, right? Now that I feel like I can read a woodworking plan and kind of execute, I have been slacking in that. My skills aren't advancing as fast as I would like them to advance. So it is one of the things that I will absolutely get into the garage and do way more woodworking, right? I actually really, as much as I love hanging out with you guys and woodworking on stream, one of my favorite things to do now that I've discovered my love for woodworking is to go into the garage and woodwork without needing to try to be entertaining to anyone or anything like that. Like go into the shop, put my mask on, which I never wear on stream, put my eye pro on, put my ear pro on, and just zone out and woodwork, right? And the really big projects, I was doing a lot of off-stream woodworking, right? That Santa Cruz pine bed, I tried to do all the major steps on stream, but for the sanding and if I had to do one step multiple times and everything like that, in between my stream days, that's why that's when I would get everything done, right? If you aren't gonna get anything done on stream, it is actually pretty important to get some things done off stream, just so your project progresses in some sort of way, and you're not just staring at the same step of your project for weeks, right? But yes, I definitely want to do a lot more woodworking and try to really step it up.
Yes, and 9.5 wants to know, Lettuce, is a Caesar salad your final form?
I don't know what the final form of lettuce is. So while Calamity was trying to design that shop decal, and while Seskimo was trying to do the emotes, they were like, are you more of like a romaine vibe or are you more of like an iceberg vibe? And I was like, you know what? I've never asked myself this question before. And yeah, I guess I'm going to have to go iceberg. And I don't know why I came to that conclusion, but I think going from the iceberg, maybe our final form is wedge salad.
That's good. That's good to know about you. And Ejam wants to know, what is your favorite drink?
My favorite drink. Oh, I wish I was in my garage right now. My favorite, like, you know, like my favorite drink is water, right? We live in the desert. Water is absolutely necessary for life.
Water is, in
But
fact, the essence of life.
when we're hanging out in Wine Down and whatnot, your boy Lettuce isn't a stranger to some tangerine white claws or some whiskey, some scotch. If that's the type of beverage you're thinking about,
See. Oh, and Bad Dad just wants to confirm, your wedge salad, does it have bacon bits?
if a salad doesn't have bacon bits on it, I can't eat it. It's not a real salad.
So any
I don't
salad.
know.
Any salad has to
I'm
have
totally
bacon
kidding.
bits.
Yes, wedge salads in particular need to have bacon bits on them.
Amazing. So I
How
feel...
long will I grow my hair?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Excellent question. So I had hair that was almost this long, and one day I got really, really sick of it, and I cut it all off. I shaved my head, and then I hit it with like a big razor, like full Britney
Oh
Spears.
my goodness.
So actually, right now, if I never did that, my hair would be double as long as it is now. But I don't believe for my hair to ever become e-gem length. I like the way it is right now, and I just haven't been able to get out to the barber shop and stuff like that. But uh, yeah, I definitely would have cleaned up for this, right?
That is awesome. Let's see, I'm going to check the chat again. And Lettuce, is there anything else that you would like to share with everyone about building a community? Any advice you have or anything like that?
Sure. So one thing that I do believe it is very important that if you're going to try to build a community on Twitch, right, is um, you have to know yourself pretty well, right? Us in the makers and crafting community, we don't have to deal with it very much, right? There aren't that many, knock on wood, and stuff like that. There aren't that many trolls. There aren't that many, people that will come in there and intentionally try to bring you down, right? Um, One of the things that doing all the research I was trying to do when I was trying to figure some of this Twitch stuff out that stood out to me very much is you are the leader of your community, right? Whether you look at it like that or not, at the end of the day, like you are going to decide what your community looks like, right? You make the rules, right? You draw a line in the sand, and sometimes if someone crosses that line, there are going to be tough decisions to make, right? But at the end of the day, you have to know yourself. You have to know what you're comfortable with, sharing online and everything like that. And yeah, find a good moderator, treat people the way you want to be treated, and I think anyone who streams, for any of you guys that do stream out there, any of you guys that are thinking about streaming, you are gonna be fine, guys. Everything is gonna be fine. The Makers and
Everything's
Crafting
fine.
community is so loving and amazing. I could never say anything greater about them. I streamed in just chatting for absolutely no one for 3 months, and then when I streamed in the making and crafting community for the first time ever, Laser Geek found us, and it's just been history ever since then. So yeah, that's really what, if you take nothing away from today other than the fun we've had hanging out, right? Um, yeah, just stand for something, and if people are about it and about your vibe, give them something to stand behind. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That was fantastic and really a testament. I think this whole chat has been really a testament to how wonderful the makers and crafting community is as a whole, and that really comes into our individual channels as well, which I feel really fortunate enough to experience. And yeah, Lettuce, what is your streaming schedule for this week so everyone knows when they can catch you?
I mean, are you rubbing it in my face that I said I was going to stream on Friday and then I didn't?
Not at all.
I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. PST.
Do you want to share what your projects are?
TBD if I'm going to stream, because I believe that just like Christmas Day was a Friday, New Year's Day is also going to be a Friday. So I don't want to make any promises, but definitely Monday, Wednesday, but hopefully Friday as well. I hate breaking my stream schedule. I hate not being there when someone's expecting me. So I'm very, very sorry for missing stream on Friday and basically giving no one a heads up, just because I hung out too long in wind down and I had a couple too many beverages, and that's not right for you guys. You know what I mean?
It's okay. We have such a wonderful community. I think people understand, there's real life and sometimes schedules change. But Monday and Wednesday of this week, and ideally Friday, maybe Friday, we'll see what happens. But 9 a.m. Pacific. And
9 a.m. Pacific.
Yes. And you all can catch me this week. I know I haven't been streaming very much, but I'm off from work, so I am scheduled for Monday and Tuesday at noon Eastern and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And if you check out my Discord and I need to update my about on Twitch, you can see what I'll be working on. Monday will be Bad Dad's exchange gift, so a little after the holidays, but I'm trying some new techniques. I'm making a copper bracelet, so I'm excited to try that. Tuesday is a collab with Insane Cerebello. She's going to teach me how to draw on acrylic. And then Wednesday, I'm going to be customizing a Switch case for Lettuce. Was it a secret?
And I might be a guest on there.
We'll see what happens. So that's what the plans are for this week.
Seriously, you guys in chat were seriously so amazing. Thank you for making this experience easy for me. This is my first time ever taking part in anything like this. And like I said earlier, Momo, I'm glad my first experience with something like this was, with a friend. So just
thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope I didn't let anyone down with the having to follow Calamity and Laser and their professionalism, like I said before. But I just had a lot of fun, and I hope we can do this again sometime.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for being our third episode guest. It has been wonderful.
WorkedLettuce3.
Yes, WorkedLettuce3, episode 3.
Bye, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. PST.
Yes, and at noon, same time, right? Oops, same time.
Yeah. Noon for
No, you have to pick, because I'm streaming at noon.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you.